Dak's performance?
I'm giving him a C, Skip Bayless. I'm giving him a C for the simple fact, as Holly read, he had 2 INTs and he had a fumble. So he started the game off, so he's way, way behind. Skip, he got to do extra credit. He got to do that. He got to turn on an extra assignment just to get a passing grade. Because if he doesn't do this extra assignment and he doesn't do this extra credit work, he going to fail. He was spectacular in the fourth quarter and overtime, Skip. I mean, 17 of 20. He almost had as many yards in 25 minutes than he had in the first 45 minutes. He was, I think everything that he was in the third and in the fourth quarter and overtime is what you like about him. The resilience, the warrior mentality that, yeah, I've stunk it up for the last 3 quarters, but it doesn't matter because I'm here with an opportunity to do away with all the wrong. To all this stench that I've stunk up Cowboy Stadium with for the last 45 minutes, I can wash all that away with this deodorant I'm about to put on these Eagles. So I gave him a passing grade when it was all said and done. 17 of 20, 243, 3 touchdowns. He went from 6.2 yards per attempt to 12.2 yards per attempt. Skip, he had 455 yards, but if you look at that game, he could have easily broken Norm Van Brocklin's record of 554 if he hit 1 or 2 of those deep throws. So I did give him a passing grade because he was starting in such a deficit with the way he stunk it up the first 3 quarters. There's no way I thought he could ever even get to a passing grade. But I'm going to give him a C because what he was able to do in the fourth quarter and overtime.
Usually, Holly, I give his grades on Dak an F. I give his grade an F because he often gives Dak an F. But after I tossed and turned on this one, and as I look back at one of my tweets late in the game in which I tweeted, I cannot and will not defend this from my quarterback because I can't and I won't. I'm barely above you this time.
What?
I'm C+. And the only reason I put the plus on my C is because the fourth quarter and the overtime numbers aren't just good, they're all-time great.
Yeah.
Seriously, all-time great.
Yep.
It's hard to beat 17 of 20 for 243 in the fourth quarter and overtime. That is Brady-esque. That's what Tom Brady, remember, Tom Brady threw for 246 in the Super Bowl comeback against Atlanta. That was in fourth quarter and overtime,
Correct.
246. Dak, 243 with 2 touchdowns and no interceptions.
3 touchdowns.
Oh, that's right. 3 touchdowns. I shorted him one because he got 1 in overtime.
Right.
That's right. 3 touchdowns and no interceptions. Yet, I cannot defend the first interception, even though it was a really good play by Rasul Douglas.
Right.
But you just can't. You got to see it and anticipate it or throw it. If he'd thrown it 2-3 yards farther, maybe it connects with Amari in the end zone. Maybe. And then the second interception is just a disaster. It just made me just want to puke, seriously, because Michael Gallup is wide open and he missed him by 10 yards high. I don't know what got into him. I have no idea. The sack fumble is unconscionable. It's what you said all week. You just can't do that, and you certainly can't do it in that moment. He missed measly Beasley with a little 5-yard flip that cost them 4 points because they had to take a field goal. And then I don't know how many times he missed Michael Gallup, although Gallup seems to lose the ball in the lights there or the sun or whatever he's losing the ball in because he didn't see half of them. But he's open repeatedly, and then Amari is wide open with 58 seconds left. You have to cash that.
Right.
That's just, you cash it in, we're not having this conversation. In fact, I'm standing on the table like applauding because it would look like Super Bowl, here we come. But he missed that throw, and he missed it badly long. So the truth is, the Dallas Cowboys should have won this game 5 different times and put it away easily.
Yes.
And instead, Dak Prescott dug the hole deeper and deeper and deeper. And then I tweeted another tweet. I said, Dak, you have been challenged. Are you a man or are you a mouse? Because you've been playing like a mouse. Are you that warrior that we saw at Washington, we've seen repeatedly in fourth quarters? And guess what? He was. He dug them out of the hole. Now, I'm going to give Amari more credit on the 75-yarder because he's going against that kid, Devontae Basby. I don't even know who he is. He's just some guy that they picked up off the street. I don't know. Maybe he was in the stands before the game. I have no idea. But he's out there, and then he's got a hamstring issue or something. I don't know. I think he lost his confidence. And then they put him back in the game, and The throw to Amari on the 75-yarder, that's just Amari finding the ball and Basby not being able to locate, right? Because it's not a great throw. It's just up for grabs.
Well, I'm glad you didn't give Dak all this credit for digging them out the hole, considering he dug the hole that they were in to begin with.
He dug it. Only him.
Yeah.
The defense was not stellar in the fourth quarter, but after a while, you know what? Look, the Philadelphia Eagles are the defending Super Bowl champs. And you know what? Their defensive front, it was valiant yesterday. Michael Bennett, we've had him on the show a couple times.
Yeah, he bowled up.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he not?
Yeah, he did.
All of them did. They battled. Think how long they were on the field.
But it's really hard and it gets really frustrating is that you're almost there. And then you look up and you see Amari Cooper running for 75 yards. You look up and you see him on 28-yard touchdown because your secondary is so inadequate. And that's what happens, Skip. They've had guys go down, and now you have third, fourth, fifth guys that you really want to only see on the field on special teams. Now you're counting on them to play heavy defensive minutes. And it didn't take Dak Prescott long to find those guys. It seems like when you Skip, when you put an outfield in there for a replacement, seems like the baseball always finds it. It seems like, I was wondering where you went. They moved you to the other side. Here you go, Amari. Take this one to the house. Oh, they got your backup in because they ended up benching 22. I forget his name. They ended up benching him because they're like, bro, you're not even trying out there.
I thought they benched 41, too, and then he got back in the game. I don't know what happened.
But Skip, you only go...
They're down to third and fourth string guys.
You only go into the game with so many DBs, so somebody's got to play, even though they're playing like trash. Somebody has to be out there, and Amari says, I don't care. Skip, when you're feeling it like Amari had it going yesterday, it didn't matter. You better have a Deion Sanders because he has that confidence, and like you said, the ball is not going to hit the ground when it comes in. If it gets tipped up, he's going to find it. And if he's open by a step, he's going to come down with the throw. He's got it going that good. He's playing as good as any receiver is in football right now. And he's showing you why the Raiders selected him with the 4th overall pick. But this right here, I wish I could give Dak an A, but considering how bad he played in the first 3 quarters, Skip, because really, it should not even come down to 4th quarter in overtime. Had he played halfway decent, if he had played C football, Skip, in the first 3 quarters, we're not even having this discussion. He's an 8, and it's not even close.
But when the money was on the table in the overtime, he drives them 13 plays, 75 yards, and eats 8 minutes and 5 seconds off the clock. And I thought they had a chance to run the whole overtime out and get down to the goal line. It looked like that's where they were heading. And instead, did he get a little bit of a lucky tip up in the air, Jamari, at the end? Did they get lucky that on the opening kickoff, that the fumble wasn't given to the Eagles? Yeah, they got lucky all game long. They got all kinds of luck going on. But in the end, that last drive, that was special. So I increased Dak's grade to C++.
No.
He gets 2 plus.
I think it's a B-, but I don't know.
Okay. C++ equals B-.
C.
I better not do that.
Just go ahead and give him a C.
I better stay with that.
Just go ahead and give him a C. This is why you couldn't be an instructor. So you easily swayed.
I went to Vanderbilt.
I don't care. I went to Savannah State.
Yeah, but you majored in what?
Eligibility. What, Skip?
Well, grading on the curve. You never got graded this hard.
Yes, I did.
Or you would have flunked right out of Savannah State.
No, they was like Mr. Sharpe. They was like, why don't all you like Mr. Sharpe? I was studious.
Studious?
Yeah, look at those glasses.
No,
of course he is.
Professor was whispering, he's really good at football.
No.
He's amazing. Really good.
Well, I did have a professor did tell tell the class that.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Oh, he can play football. Oh, okay. So I'm going to give him a passing grade.
No, he didn't. He told me
That's what I
that.
said.
Okay.
Dr. Welch, who was one of my law professors, and he said he called me out in the hallway. He said, Mr. Sharpe, he's like, son, I've watched you play. He said, son, you going to the NFL. Just come to class and do a little work.
Yeah.
I was like, well, you got that kind of confidence. I wanted to show him that I could do the work.
Yeah.
I got an A.
You got an A?
Got an A.
And you probably never went to
And he
another
went
I went to class. Because I liked him.
showed up on exam day.
The professors that I liked.
It's all right, working the system. All right. Speaking of showing up in the clutch, did Pat Mahomes clinch the MVP yesterday? Is it over? We'll discuss that coming up next.